Well, just as recycling is becoming second nature for many of us, the industry is in big trouble. The standards are stricter than ever, and the costs are soaring.
Tonight in Boston Next, the future of recycling. Eric Fisher shows us how we got here and the efforts to make sure the entire recycling system doesn't get trashed.
Here we have an issue. We've got a pizza box is fine, a pizza's no good. This is number one problem. Plastic. Hula hoops are not recyclable. Dunkin' Donuts cups, not recyclable. Paint rollers are not recyclable. And nothing about this is recyclable.
Recycling right is now more important than ever because it's more expensive than ever.
We could be on the hook for $500,000.
For the first time, the city of Lowell is now paying to haul away that curbside recycling.
It's not I want to recycle it, but can they recycle it?
If too much stuff winds up on this truck that can't be recycled, Lowell gets hit with a hefty surcharge for contamination. Prices are up across Massachusetts. Worcester expects to shell out $2.9 million this year, up $360,000. Quincy didn't pay a dime last year and now pays $300,000. Framingham and Cambridge are paying double, and all these rising costs could eventually be passed on to residents.
And that's on the table right now.
Lowell DPW crews are now checking the carts before pickup, handing out warnings or even tickets for recycling violations.
One of these carts will get a ticket, the other one will get rejected, neither of these will be picked up.
When the cart does get picked up, it heads to a processing facility like E.L. Harvey in Hopkinton.
Really manual process here. It's harder to find homes for that material. Now you have to get rid of it at a cost, usually.
The bulk of our recycling used to be shipped to China. But last year, China stopped taking those imports, and that pipeline is not expected to return.
We still have material outside from January of last year, so well over a year old.
Contamination that starts at the curb drives up the cost to process and to sell. And the race is on to revamp the whole process.
The research in this area is growing because of the problem.
Here at UMass Lowell, researchers and students are working on better ways to recycle.
But we want to be able to have those plastics and have a second life and a third life.
These thin red strings used to be plastic bottles, and now they can be used to make clothes.
This is how we make plastic bags.
Crews are also developing more efficient ways to recycle old bags into new ones and to create bio-based versions that can break down on their own.
We know that great things can be done with plastics, but we also know that we need to care about what happens to them at the end of life.
Massachusetts landfills are near capacity. The recycling markets are shrinking. Still, recycling is here to stay.
At this time, even with its costs, the material in the recycling container costs less per ton to get rid of.
At least for now.
The 3 R's are reduce, reuse, and recycle. So in theory, recycle is the last choice.
What may help ease some of the recycling crisis is that state lawmakers are considering a ban on those plastic shopping bags already in some cities and towns, but it's just crazy to think. You can't just put trash in the bin and just think it's someone else's problem, right? They'll figure it out. It ends up having a cost in the end.
Well, I think most people want to be a part of the solution, right? So they want to recycle, they want to make the effort. But it also seems that maybe there should be some kind of public awareness campaign letting people know what can and can't go in those recycling bins, and if you put it in, how it has to be in there.
Be careful. Also just crazy. I mean, this stuff is mostly shipped to China. Why not just here? It feels like an opportunity for more jobs and factories to do it here in the United States. Wow, good information there, Eric.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
a good story.